This is what it sounded like. All right, so. Oh my God, is that James Gunn over there? That's me, James Gunn. E-I-E-I-O. Holy shit, here's my baby Groot. I'm Patrick Delahanty. This is an amazing baby Groot. I'm frightened by all the people here. E-I-E-I-O. So long, James Gunn. Bye. Congratulations. I'm off to go shoot Guardians of the Galaxy 2. E-I-E-I-O. God damn, we're amazing.
Oh, you beautiful people. Hello, citizens of the internet. It's Tuesday night, and that's the night, of course, that we set the entire internet on fire. I'm Brian Brushwood, live in Austin, Texas, joined by my BFF and OAK. It's J.R.Y. Justin Robert Young. I don't even remember. I know the moment we were describing in that cold open, put together again by your friend of mine, the incredible and amazingly talented Spearmint Nitrate. When did we record that? Because we were talking about the time that Patrick Delahanty ran into James Gunn at Dragon Con, right?
Oh, probably during, one of the recording sessions for Chinese Democracy. Night Attack 4. We did a lot of them, so I think it's probably in there somewhere. But yeah, for audio listeners to the show, all those intros are animated, and you really owe it to yourself to check out everything. What is Spearmint's...
Patreon.com. I almost said Paramount. Paramount.patreon.com/Spearmint Nitrate is where you go. And you can kick him some cash. He animates these things. They're gorgeous. They're fun. They make life worth living.
They are awesome. Hey, Brian, you hear this thing that's it's going around?
AIDS?
What?
No. No, sorry.
Hey, Brian, you hear this thing that's going around?
Just eat that basketball.
I'm just gonna have some of these beaver nuggets over here.
Hey, Brian, you hear this thing going around?
Yeah, no, what thing? What thing is it?
Yeah, Brian, all these people around the internet, they think that there's a movie called Shazam starring the comedian Sinbad. Remember Sinbad?
Yes. In many ways, he never left.
That was from the time before black comedians could be mean.
Hold on. No. I call
Richard
bullshit.
Pryor came before it. All right, history professor.
You even stole my line before I even was able to call you out. Damn it. Yeah. Yes. But yeah, no. Shazam was when he was real mean.
Well, no. All right. So the point is, this isn't a movie, right? Like Kazam starring Shaquille O'Neal is a movie, and the people that believe that Shazam is a movie understand that Kazam starring Shaq also came out. But there are a ton of people that apparently this has been like a meme on the internet that like are looking for. They are insistent that as kids they saw a movie called Shazam.
What are the odds that these same people also insist that thousands of Muslims celebrated on the rooftops of New Jersey on 9/11?
There are way more relatable things.
Brian, have you heard this thing? You heard this thing going on?
Sorry. No, yes, this is a manufactured memory, and it's amazing to me. What?
Like the 6 million.
I'm just lost.
Whoa. No, I was it was being political.
How did that work out?
Didn't go so well. We're not a political show, it turns out, Justin. You should be the one that does the political show.
Shazam. Well, no, this is the thing. Like, have you heard, like, this is the same thing with the Bernstein Bears.
Okay, yes. Now, explain this one, because I only know half the story on this one.
What is the name of the children's book starring a family of bears?
The Berenstein Bears.
No.
Berestein Bears.
Incorrect.
Like
it is the Berenstain Bears, AIN.
Well.
What?
This is a well-documented theory of, like, manufactured group
Oh,
group
oh, oh,
ideas.
oh, also something about Nelson Mandela died, right?
Some people believe that Nelson
Yeah.
Mandela died in prison.
Right.
He's actually still alive and is doing well.
Also, God, nope. And I'm done. So what other things don't maybe exist that should? Justin?
No, wait, no. This is a thing. There is a thing. It's like a syndrome or a thing that they call this. This is a.
I think it's the Mandela
The Mandela effect.
prophecy or something.
Is it the Mandela effect? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's named after Nelson Mandela. So the Mandela prophecy.
I'll watch that movie.
Thought I was gonna slide that one past you. Sorry,
And
buddy.
Nelson Mandela revealed to the travelers, my prophecy is such. Shazam! Remember that movie with Sinbad?
Oh man.
And so it was written, and so it should be.
Man, I got Brian good with Mothman.
With
is-
Mothman.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I scared you.
God.
What is that?
Hey,
I mean,
no
it
one
makes
knows
you
what that is.
wonder whether or not any of these movies that we saw as kids were real.
Well,
right?
I remember of all the Ernest P. Worrell movies, the
Yeah.
weirdest one
Yeah.
was Ernest versus Mecha Ernest.
Oh my
man,
god.
no, that was it. That was a great. That was the one where Ernest, where the first time that you saw Vern, except Vern was a ghost of Ernest,
Well,
and you
and-
realized that he was talking to his own ghost. Though, like his whole name was Vern Ernest.
That's right, but also he was played by Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah. That was departure.
man, can you pull up the IMDb on that?
I had
Which?
It was Ernest versus Mecha Ernest.
Sure.
Yeah.
I completely blocked that show out
No,
of my
Bonnie.
head.
All right. So here's the
Yeah.
thing: is Ernest, and it starts out as Varney, right?
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, he falls down, and it's like it's like a comedy bit, like he's got a skid knee, but it
Oh.
turns out that it's like one of those like big scenes in they have like a bone saw, and it's like and he comes out as Ernest Birdknight.
Right, they were doing a tribute to the $6 Million Man, right? And
Yeah.
so he was like, "Oh, Vern, I done it this time. I broke off 3 kneecaps," and then they take hubcaps and they fashion kneecaps out of them. But then it turns out like that wasn't even the real Ernest. That
No.
was his evil twin who fell down, and now he has to fight Mecha Ernest. And, you really don't remember this movie?
I never would ever watch those movies, and I didn't know this about you.
Wow. No, all right. So I mean, like there's an IMDb page, right? Somebody look up the IMDb page for Ernest versus Mecha Ernest.
You know what? They're having trouble finding it. I'm sure it'll be there any minute now.
Oh man. So I mean, like
It's so
I mean,
weird. It's like it's really slow. You don't
IMDb
expect it to be really slow.
a user admitted a site where anybody can go on there with an IMDb account and create a new entry.
Well,
That
'cause
would be
I remember.
really, really
you remember that
interesting.
had that cameo by Macaulay Culkin,
Well, that's weird.
and he.
Oh, hey, look, Ernest versus Mecha Ernest, 1987.
We all forgot about it.
Oh my god.
I told you, Bonnie. I told you it was real.
I
Oh my God!
regret all decisions in life. I'm so confused.
I mean,
Well,
it's right
a
there.
movie
It's in
that-
the big letters.
Brice, what's a movie that you remember?
Oh, you know what I remember is is The Nightmare Before Hanukkah.
Oh God, that was a piece of shit.
It
The
was-
Nightmare Before
Nightmare
Hanukkah. Oh
Before
my God.
Hanukkah.
Look at that, Ryan.
It was the last performance of Orson Welles.
It was. Oh my God. But it's only the voice, right? He's
Right.
the voice of the duck.
Yeah, yes. The duck who has to save everyone by feeding them trafe.
Yeah. There we go, right there. The Nightmare Before Hanukkah.
The movie is like 8 days long. It's really, really
It's
hard to
very,
sit through.
very long. But Brian, of course, let's together.
It's kinda like
let's
Passion of the
say the
Christ.
famous line that Orson Welles says as the duck together. We know it so well.
Right,
What's
ready?
the best line?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Merry
Mary
Spiral
Hanukkah's. Oh.
Whack. Yeah, man. No, God, movies, man. Movies are so good. I love movies.
Hey, can we open up phone
fun to
lines?
watch.
Because
Sure.
I think we should all remember. Let's go. We're going to open up.
Night Attack Show. Call it.
Yeah, Night Attack Show on
Okay.
Skype. Let me just wipe away these tears of joy and
Yeah, you can also
bittersweet
add movies that you saw. Just the titles, just the titles. They're right there in the chat, and we'll talk about. I think this is a departure for the show. Normally we're a comedy show. Now we're just seriously talking about movies that came out and looking them up on IMDb, where anybody can edit any entry.
This is basically every frame a painting.
Sherlock Goes to Hollywood. Oh my God, what a classic!
Weird.
Well, what was funny is it was about Sherlock, a bloodhound, who actually it was pretty dark because he thought he was going to go to Hollywood and become a famous actor. Turns
For
out,
its time, it was dark. Yeah, for its time, certainly.
no. Well, it was dark because he definitely was, in the porn industry.
Well, that's not the animal version, though. Let's try to find the animal
Oh
version.
yes, yeah. This
the
is
one
the
with the dog.
remake. This is the remake. Hold on.
Yeah, no, we want the animal version of Sherlock Goes to Hollywood, the famous animated film. Oh, wait, is it live action?
it was
live
live
It was live action.
action.
It was live action. They had a Saint Bernard cast as Sherlock Holmes, and they're like, they told him there was a big crime to solve in Hollywood, and he's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, let's get on it. But then it turns out they kind of had him cast in a porn, and they're like, will you do it, in your style? And he's like, what does that mean? He's like, well, you're one of those people.
Doggy style.
Yeah.
Between the lines, read between the lines.
Yeah,
It's doggy
exactly,
style.
right? And then he didn't like that though. Beethoven, I mean
Sherlock. No, you mean Sherlock.
Sherlock. No, Beethoven was who he has to go get information from. And then there's that one. I mean, listen, I know what you're saying. I was planning to play coy for people who haven't seen it because I don't want to spoil the big scene where Sherlock is in the grasps of the villain, of course, played by a young Talia Shire, and she's like kiss Beethoven, and he's like, and Sherlock's like, I don't know, I'm uncomfortable with this, and Beethoven's like, just do it quick, get it over with, she'll fucking kill us.
First of all, stop calling him Beethoven. It was Sherlock. Also, we have a caller
No,
on the air.
Sherlock kisses Beethoven like.
Oh, got it. All right, hey, caller, you're on the air.
Guys, what's up? Jason Bryant from the the
Jason
podcast
Bryant!
awards.
Oh my God, dude, it's so good to hear your
what's
voice
up,
again.
Jason Bryant?
What was
What's
your
up, guys?
favorite movie that nobody else seems to remember?
Okay, this is a tie because I can't seem to find one of them anywhere, and the other one I actually own. One was Midnight Madness, which HBO seemed to show on repeat when I was a kid. It was the movie where there was these different teams on a scavenger hunt, and there was like the nerds on the mopeds in the white, like they looked like Skolnick from Revenge of the Nerds, and they had the jocks that were in the blue in the van with Stephen Furst as the spoiled rich kid, and there was that scene that goes, faggot beefy, that movie. Michael J.
all right,
Fox's first movie.
For the record, number one, I totally remember this. Number two, I kind of want to ruin the bit because I want to totally remember that movie. Do you remember the clue was look between the two giant melons, and she had
Hug me.
hug me.
That movie founded the company I used to work for. That was like the inspiration for the Go Game.
Wait,
So
for real?
you have totally
For real.
killed. You've just blown up my. So I'm gonna have to go to my 1A now, just to be somewhat
Yeah.
relevant. The other one, Super Fuzz, because you guys mentioned.
Dude,
Ernest
Super Fuzz was the best. Super Fuzz was the best.
Where can you find that? Because I'm searching. That's one that I like. I've tried to explain this to my wife.
Well, first of all, if you look at the trailer was weird. I watched it recently.
Needs to remember that movie, and that was another one that was on HBO, like way back in the day on repeat. I mean, I think they were back to back, feature presentation. So yeah, those are two that my friends are like, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude.
Okay, but do you remember the sequel to Super Fuzz?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
Super
was
duper fuzz. Super duper fuzz.
Super Duper Fuzz 2, The Dupening, and it was about Hitler coming back from the grave and becoming president.
I mean, not the whole movie though. That was really only like the first act.
No, I mean, look, it's right here. You can see it. Super Duper Fuzz 2, The Dupening.
It's right there.
It's
Same day.
IMDb.
Day and date.
What kills me is when I'm on with comedians, I can't make any jokes that are anywhere remotely funny. So, my alternative sequel was like Super Peach Fuzz, a young boy's struggle through puberty, and it falls flat.
Well, I bet that one exists too. Let's take a moment.
Yeah.
Reminisce about
The
Super
boy's
Peach
journey
Fuzz.
through puberty. I mean, I remember that one. That one's great. That was a great.
Hey,
Brian, who was in that?
Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah,
let's
I mean, which was
see
weird
where you're
because he
going
was
with
the
this one.
dad, but he also played the son.
Yeah.
Like, that was where they had to split screen it. That was weird.
Did you obsess? Random side jack. Press pause on everything. Okay, here it is. Super Peach Fuzz.
There we
yeah.
go.
Before you guys hit puberty, did you guys like obsess about wondering how hairy you were gonna get and like taking bets with yourself?
No.
No.
Really?
What do you mean?
Justin would have
I
lost.
read the writing on the
Justin
wall
had a
when I
beard at
looked around
4.
my family and just saw ape men walking around.
What is
Yeah.
the bet?
Well, I don't know. Like I mean, because I had an uncle who looks like me now. Okay, so I had a bald dad who had lots of hair all over. I had an uncle who had hair on top, but no chest hair. Like, which it by the way, spoiler alert, that's how I turned out, right? But then like I would worry about
So
like.
smooth.
So what is the bet? What is the bet though?
Just you're predicting because you're like you're like you catch a few stray sprouts and you're just like it's happening and then you get more of them and you're like because we talked about the Groot, right? We talked about my shame of my butt hair.
Can we move right along?
No, but
Is this Super Fuzz? Is this the Super Peach Fuzz?
Yeah, I think Brian was. I mean, maybe that's why he remembers that movie so much. Super Beach Fuzz, of course.
damn
I
it,
think
already.
so. I think so. Well, I remember one. It was before.
All right, Jason, we love you. We're gonna drop you off and open up the line.
Bye.
Go ahead, Bon.
Bye, Jason.
I remember this one. It was like this cute girl. She was kind of like a gamer girl, except it was Laura Craft, and
She made
talked.
crafts.
She made crafts like how to make a mummy. It was like Laura Craft and the mummy.
Tomb Maker.
And the tomb maker.
Yeah. Laura Craft.
And so she would like make all these
What
crafts.
was your favorite scene, Bonnie? What was your favorite scene from that? And that was Miam Bialik, right?
Yes, exactly.
But what was the big set piece? There was that one that was in all of the ads that they kept showing a whole bunch.
Yeah.
So there was a big set piece where you build a mummy castle.
A mummy castle.
Oh, that was the craziest part, right?
Because the
and
mummy-
Miam Bialik is like that again is Miam Bialik is like oh man, all the mummies need someplace to go. I better build them a castle, and she's like working. And Brian, what's the song that goes along with that montage? That song that's just like
where it's just like, oh, building the mummy castle. It's fun, not a hassle. Mummy castle. Let's go.
that's it, nailed it. And that was Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, that
was your big guessing.
Lauper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I know.
Captain
She
Lou
was
on
like,
backup
She
vocals.
was amazing.
Mommy castle, we build it. It's not a hassle. Like that. There was that Cyndi Lauper.
we've got to call her Paul. Paul, what movie do you remember from your childhood?
Oh, hey, guys. Of course, you all remember, if you're old like me, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Big Disney hit, magical car.
Sure,
that took
sure.
People everywhere. But what people don't remember usually is that there was a sequel to that movie. You know, Disney thought they had a formula, and they were going to make a new one. And it was called Poopy Poopy Plop Plop. It was about a magic toilet
I'm sorry. It was
that
called.
would take you on journeys and adventures, and it was just great family fun.
But then I mean this is like 70s code, right? So it was a throne. It wasn't a toilet. Oh my god.
I mean, we're looking at the.
It's
we're
on
looking at the
IMDb,
IMDb
so
page.
I
It's
don't
all
know.
clearly.
Plop Plop, the magical toilet.
I
And
I
it
can't believe
flies.
it. Yeah, I mean, I remember it, and it was, it was horrifying, actually.
What was your favorite scene? What was your favorite scene from the movie?
Oh, I loved it when Ernest Borgnine came in and saw. sorry.
It was when he busted a hubcap off of one of his knees, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, never mind.
Well, thank you for calling,
Uh,
Paul.
thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Man, so
Thank you.
many-
By the way, for everybody who is wondering, probably there's a lot of audio listeners. We're going to IMDb and finding all these
It's all-
films.
They're
I
all
don't
there.
know where
They're all
these
there.
Shazam people.
It's right here.
6.9 stars out of 10.
Nice.
That's how good Poopy Poopy Blop Blop the Magical Toilet was.
Oh wait, it was starring Ben Kingsley though.
Well, I mean, but at the time he was going as Ernest Borgnine.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we have Chris on the line. What's up, Chris?
Hey guys, just looking on IMDb, I couldn't find the sequel to The Princess Bride. The Princess
Oh my
Bride
God,
2.
that was so good. What was the name of it again?
I think it was Princess Bride 2 Nazi Prince. I think it starred Brendan Fraser.
Oh, that's the one where they freeze him. It's the prequel to Encino Man. Like at the end, he's like, well, this guy's...
No, Brian. It's about the blind prince, the Nazi prince.
That's what it was. The Nazi prince. He was blind, and he said, well, it's a regenerative blindness you have. And he was like, what does that mean?
Oh, look, there she is.
That's right.
Oh,
That was the
Hitler in
derivative,
that
the
movie, though.
Princess Bride. The Princess
Also,
Bride.
hold on.
I think there's
Hold
an
on.
error on IMDb. It says the Princess Bryce too.
A little Freudian slip here, because that's definitely the Princess Brice, too.
Weird. Let me send an email to Jeff IMDb really quickly.
We should get Jeff IMDb on the phone.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see if we can get Jeff.
All right, hold on.
Sure.
Hold on.
Oh, there, Jeff, there he is. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, pals, it's me, Jeff IMDb, coming to you live from the hub of all movies.
Hey, Jeff. We got a correction that I think you should take a look at. It says the Princess Bryce 2, but I think it needs to be the Princess Bride 2, the Nazi prince.
Yeah,
Well,
also,
before I get on that, everybody remember to silence your cell phones and don't forget to grab some concessions from the lobby. Let me go check.
also, shouldn't the poster art not be for the Princess Diaries?
No.
Hey, Brian, get fucked.
There we go. Thank you, Jeff IMDb.
All right, take care, Jeff IMDb.
I like to point out
Click.
that she's wearing sunglasses.
Right.
For
Go-
her.
you
That's
That's
actually really offensive, Brian. You're really making a lot of assumptions about the Princess Bride 2, the
Although
Nazi prince.
another J. Martin does remember seeing the Princess Bryce too. So I mean, a lot of people are saying that maybe there's two movies.
Right.
Well, feel free to send us a link to,
All right.
to whatever. We got somebody calling. We got Rob on the line. Hey, Rob, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Rob, how's it going?
Hey, I was up late one night, and I specifically remember watching a movie called What's Eating Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh my God!
It was out there. I heard his voice ringing in my ears.
It was a horror movie, right? It was about
Yeah.
that. The
It was
snake.
horrific.
Yeah, it was the snake had been loosed. There had been legends about the haunted comedy club, and Penn Jillette said, "Oh, my good friend Gilbert Gottfried, you best not do a set there." And Jerry Seinfeld said, "And whatever you do, don't do your parody of me."
Hey, remember that great line from it? Can you recite that line?
Oh, the line?
Yeah,
it
the
was
line, the
Gilbert
famous.
Gottfried
I mean, this
said
is
it
of course in the
whole
pivotal
time.
scene when Gilbert Gottfried comes face to face with a snake, and he realizes that only if he kills on stage will the snake not eat him. This is, of course, the big closing punchline.
I swear to God, if I had a time machine, I would set it up to where the moment you say that, I'm like, oh, we have the footage right here. And I'd press a button, and it would cut to that Kramer meltdown bit in the middle of that. But I don't.
But short of that, again, we're talking about the final scene of the movie. The final scene where Gilbert Gottfried is yelling at the snake with his best material. Brian, what was that scene?
God, I'm melting down. Ah, fuck you, snake. That was what he
That's
said.
it. Oh my god.
Oh, that was it, man. I mean, this is the 80s, right? This is the 80s.
It was a different time.
It's about a visceral thing.
Yeah. We got James. Hey James, what movie do you remember from your childhood?
Hey guys, it's Big Jim.
Hey.
By the way, I owe $5 to whoever bought Jerry the Bidet. So, I remember this movie. It starred this actor who, really famous, won a bunch of awards, dressed up like a woman for a while, and he went around in the movie and I'm trying to remember the name of it. He had all these impossible things happen to him because he wasn't really smart. And he had all these impossible things happen to him. He served overseas. He did all this other stuff. He ran big companies. And then he was elected president. Oh, yeah, it was called Trump. That's what it was. It was Trump.
Now, you want to know what? Don't remember it. Hey, Brian.
Yeah, I don't think that one
That's
exists.
a weird one. Is that real?
I mean,
look, that one's
not
lost
for
in
nothing,
history.
but we're trying to do a serious
bit,
retrospective here of
It's just
real.
fucked up when people just want to call in and just talk nonsense, right? Like it's just weird, Like anyway, I mean, Big Jim, love you.
Big fan of your early work.
Here's
God.
No,
actually,
he
that
hung
call
up.
reminded me of Waiting Game, but it was spelled weight, like heavyweight. The Waiting Game. It was Sarah Michelle Gellar and Tobey Maguire, and it was about how they both were getting fat for a competition. Do you remember that?
I feel not only do I not remember it.
Yeah.
You do.
I feel like I remember. So they were intentionally gaining weight.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to start an avalanche.
The Waiting Game. Yes, exactly. Right there.
It was the only way that they could start an avalanche was if they got
They
fat
gained enough
enough.
weight. And then they helicoptered them down. It was a big contest. And
Yes.
Whoever started the largest avalanche on their side of the mountain won the Ferrari.
That's right.
And of course, Brian, the guy who was running the competition was played by
Arlie Ermy.
Arlie Ermy, and he was like, you listen here, kids. If one of you doesn't get to 400 pounds, you're a worthless piece of shit. And it's like, man, you just did that in Full Metal Jacket. Like, do you have to do the exact same character every single time you're on screen? But yeah, no. So they start eating and everything. And Brice, what's the song? The big song when they're doing the montage,
Well,
right?
it was expensive,
Right.
if I remember,
it was
because
a big grandiose thing. They had to buy so many fat suits for all of the extras.
All the extras, because the whole town gets fat at the end. The whole
Right.
town to support them, they all start getting super fat. But it was Prince, right? Prince. It was an original Prince song. But what did the song sound like?
how did it go
You're the
again?
music guy.
It went. Okay.
by the way, this is now called "Fuck You" the show.
It goes. When you want to get fat.
Keep going.
You gotta eat that.
So it was.
You wanna do it real quick?
It was. Who? When you want to get fat, you want to get like that. You got to do it real quick.
Eat that butter stick.
Eat that butter stick. That's exactly.
It's great. He's a really some people just for all time. Prince was a really amazing songwriter.
I just want
So overlooked. You want to get fat? I mean, that's why the sequel was Purple Rain. The
Right.
the
Purple Rain is
subtitle
the
was
sequel.
The Waiting Game 2, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain, yeah.
And then eventually they were just like, well, nobody's seen The Waiting Game because if we're going by that timeline, the Tobey Maguire and Sarah Michelle Gellar were 4.
All right, we
Got a lot of people who remember some of their favorite movies.
Chris, hey, thank you for staying on the line. What movie do you remember?
Hey guys, I'm not sure if you remember this one. It wasn't a big film, but I think the starring role actually was nominated for an award on this one. It was called The Tennis Diaries. It was a musical starring William Dafoe as an angsty teen struggling with choosing not to do blow.
Okay, well, number one, fuck you. His name is Willem, not William.
Yeah.
No, I'm checking IMDb, and it's definitely spelled William.
It's William Dafoe.
Apparently it's a different guy, man.
Wow! Oh my God, dude! Talk about a Mandela effect. This entire time, I thought his name that you could find on IMDb, where anyone can edit anything, was Willem.
No, it says William Dafoe.
It even says not Willem.
It says Willem.
Tennis Diaries with Willem Dafoe, not Willem. That's crazy. That's amazing.
Oh my God, I did love that movie. It was weird that they had to change the name of the movie.
Because at that time,
Well,
you couldn't
especially
call
'cause
it blow.
it
That was
wasn't-
too sexual, actually. It was still fine to have cocaine.
It's the weird part is it wasn't even like there were two different guys. It's just in case anyone thought his name was Willem, they thought the title should reflect that it wasn't. It's William.
Right.
But I mean, of course, the Tennis Diaries, the famous musical about the game of tennis and how it was invented, right? And they go back to the very beginning. The song. It's like, I'm gonna hit the ball over the thing, and there's another thing to hit it back, and then we go back and forth until you fail, and that's how you score a point.
Yeah, but then the other guy's like, but I never let no ball get by me. I hit it. Whether it's at a person or a tree, I don't really care because I'm Ivy League. I hit the ball.
No. And actually, it's funny. Harvard was started as a marketing opportunity based on the Tennis Diaries.
It was the first ARG, right?
Yeah.
They're all like, hey, come to school, air quotes, and get a degree, air
It was
quotes.
actually CUM initially, and they're like, wow, that's aggressive. So, like, let's just change it to COME. They're like, what if there was a real place where assholes could congregate in Boston?
And then they invented Facebook.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, who do we have on the line?
We got Matt on the line. Hey, Matt, what movie do you remember from your childhood?
Well, okay, so it wasn't from my childhood. It's a bit more recent. But did anyone ever remember they kind of did the same thing they did with Firefly and Serenity, but with Dollhouse? The other Josh
Oh, my
Whedon
God,
cover.
yeah.
Oh, the Dollhouse movie?
Yeah.
The Badonka Dollhouse, it was called, right?
In your
Well, I
dreams.
mean, like, this was very much, Dr. Horrible era Whedon, right? And
Yeah.
so he was very much in that, like, cheeky kind of weird thing, and so that's why he went with the Badonka Dollhouse.
The Badonka Donk House Get Thick.
Get thick.
As
Weird.
we all
It's
know.
THICC. That's so modern for 2010.
Because that was an acronym of
right, like in the show.
Yeah. It was the turbo hybrid integrated custom
Control.
cisgendered.
You know what's something that's amazing, and I had never noticed it until right now, is when Brice is thinking very deeply, it looks like he's typing really fast.
He's
It
accessing.
might look like that.
Yeah. I think he just is like I don't know, my fingers they can't get controlled.
I have a tick. Hey, we got Jay on the line. Jay, what movie do you remember?
Look, man, if we're going to talk about great movies, you have to talk about the great historical first interracial robot movie, When Harry Made Sally, starring Paul Reiser, Felicia Rashad.
And like Sally, because I remember it was
Rashad, of course.
Sally
yeah.
was S, like it was an acronym, S.A.L.L.Y. Like when, and
yeah,
it was
what
about.
was that standing for, Brian? I forget.
Yeah, it was.
Sentient alloy.
Sexual alloy, loyally laying YOLO.
YOLO, right. But this YOLO doesn't stand for you only live once. It stands for you ought to lay on
me.
On me. On it/me.
Starred the breakup
It was
performance.
bad consistency.
You ought to lay on me. Yeah, no, I do remember that one. That was good.
Yeah, that's great.
But I mean, of course, Felicia Rashad. This was one of the big movies that she really made her name for. Like, I'm sure, God forbid, in the future when she dies, this is going to be played in her memoriam, right? Like, there's that one, man. It's powerful. It's that one scene when Sally first sees the butterfly again that she saw in the first scene, but now she realizes that it's alive.
Right.
And she looks at the butterfly,
and
and
her
she
eyes
says
narrow
that
in.
that one famous word. It's like this big pause, and it starts to zoom in on her. Brian, what was the one word she looks at when she's like, the butterfly is there? Robot Felicia Rashad.
Yeah, well, her eyes narrow, and of course, the big moment is when she realizes her true special purpose, and she just whispers, "Conquest." and then smash to black.
Yeah.
And that's it. That was a weird moment.
Yeah,
So
weird. I mean, listen, movies were weirder back in the day. A lot of you millennials don't understand, man, but movies were weird back in the 80s.
Maybe Jaime remembers. He's our generation. Jaime, what's going on, man?
Oh, hey guys. Yeah, I remember that, man. It was weird. But one movie that I do remember as well is the sequel to The Day After Tomorrow. It's called The Day After Tomorrow, when like it's freezing and horrible, and then just beautiful weather just breaks out.
Well, and actually there was a bit of conversation, a bit of, I guess, controversy, because the full title was The Day After Tomorrow, but then, they added legally parentheses, technically next Wednesday. Very weird.
Well, it was because it was direct to video, and they only had like one day to shoot with Stifler from American Pie.
Yeah.
And so that was the one. So he's in that one scene when they're like, wait, like we're all in Mexico because that's when Day After Tomorrow ended. Was everybody moved to Mexico? Isn't that weird that I remember the end of that movie? And
Which is a weird line to have in the sequel.
But do you
then,
remember?
And then Stifler shows up and he's just like, technically, isn't it next Wednesday?
Hey,
that was so popular in the ads, they just put it on the title so people would know it.
Do you guys remember the weirdest movie? It was called 100% No Spiders.
No
Oh,
spiders.
Shit!
Spiders.
With Ernest Borgnine.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. And he had the love interest, and you thought it was a joke that there would be like, okay, the spiders are going to show up at some point, but it wasn't. They were just like literally somebody in Hollywood was like, I just want a romantic comedy, and I want no spiders. And so they titled
Ernest
it.
Borgnine, and it's so cute because he's taking out Michelle Pfeiffer on these dates and everything, and
It's so weird because it was the summer. I remember this was infamously the summer of spiders.
Yeah, it was just after 9/11 happened. They're like, can we just have one movie with no spiders and people in love?
This is just vandalism. Patreon.com/Night Attack is where you can support this show. If you would like to support the show, then please come on over and do it. Patreon.com/Night Attack. Not only, hey, by the way, if you have your credit card might have flipped over and you need a new credit card, need to enter in a new thing, go ahead and do that now. That happens all the time at the beginning of the month. But listeners who subscribe on our Patreon not only get our RSS feed, including the pre-show and post-show.
Dude, it's like twice the show. It's twice the show.
3 times the show.
Absolutely. But you can go ahead and support us. And, I'll tell you what, we always love it when anybody who's watching a show that they particularly like, they can go ahead and up their pledge. So many people up their pledges. Why don't you hashtag up yours?
Yeah, man, they're uploading their pledges. They're upping their pledges. Why don't you up yours? And
but of course, anybody who either becomes a first-time patron or ups their pledge on a show day on a Tuesday means that you are eligible for.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Night Attack new Patreon name chant corner hour.
So much. For the buck, fucko.
Thanks for the buck, fucko. And by the way, we have to give a huge shout out. This one's for more than a buck because I don't know what he's doing. I like to imagine he's typing on a computer while he's on a treadmill. and
How fast? How fast on the treadmill?
Yeah. 20, 30 miles an hour.
What? Wow. Wow. That dude's got
amazing.
fast.
It's actually pretty slow. I mean, a car can go very fast, so 20 or 30 is actually really slow.
I'd like to imagine that he's typing in the way that Olympic runners run, and he's just like slap, 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 slap.
And I would imagine like he wants to shout his joy at supporting the show, which is why he hits the button labeled Shift Lock.
Shift
Lock. That was my favorite movie. I'm sure it's on IMDb.
Starring Emma Stone
who solves crimes
as a dog.
No.
Her name is Shift.
She could shift between realities as a human or a dog. She could also switch genders.
Until she gets locked
And
as
then-
a half dog, half gendered human.
Shift lock.
Shift lock.
Shift lock.
Oh, Beethoven's getting worse.
Shift lock. You rock.
Oh, thank you, Shift Left Rock.
Thank you.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh my God! Yeah, man. Thank you again to everybody, and more. I think we're gonna complete Frog Fractions this week, right?
Yeah.
you guys haven't beat it yet?
Apologize that we haven't finished it yet. I mean, part of it,
It's tough. It gets tough at the end.
Yeah, you know what slows you down is when the creator of the goddamn game calls you and you try to have a conversation and sound like, you're not just ignoring him to play his game while he's writing, talking to you about how he wrote it.
Yeah.
Man.
I love this dead air.
I'm sorry. This is a refractory period. Like, we don't often... I mean, I feel like we came out the gate swinging. Like, much like that movie. How did that movie go again?
Swinging.
Swinging for the fences. And it was about that cigarette company that bought the baseball team. And they wanted them to lose so they could turn them into an ice hockey team.
Oh God, yeah. But also, and this is kind of like a real third act plot.
Yeah.
Is that they're also everybody on the team is swinging with each other's wives, and like the local reporter is like trying to out them so it can cause bad publicity.
Right, but the weirdest part was when they settled it by having the baseball team play against the ice hockey team.
Yeah.
But in their respective games. So it's like, the baseball team was knocking home runs out of the ice rink, but then they would slip and fall around while they ran the bases.
It was a weird, Who was in that?
Carlton from The Fresh Prince.
Oh my God! Well, he was he was like the owner, right? Who was gonna sell the team. Brice, it was somebody your age. Who was the young, fresh-faced rookie of the year?
That's right. That's right. The rookie of the year.
Yeah.
On Swinging for the Fences.
Swinging for the Fences, where a baseball team is threatening to be turned into an ice hockey
part
team.
of the job.
No, I remember that was actually a very fresh-faced Conan O'Brien.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when he was like still doing like the bit, like the strings dance bit.
Oh yeah.
But it was like the proto version.
Right.
Well, because nowadays
he didn't really
does
have
that.
the right size.
Well,
doing it.
yeah, no, he used to actually tie strings. That's how he practiced for that bit.
Oh,
he actually tied strings.
Muscle memory.
And that's where Brian, who's the gruff coach? The gruff coach.
Well, it was
Johnny
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx is like when Conan's doing the string dance, he's like, "What are you doing, you butt sniffer?" And like that's like a weird thing, and it was an '80s it sounds homophobic now, but like in the '80s it was really
Back
funny.
then it was a different thing, right?
Yeah. Well, because in the '80s. Sorry. No, I'm gonna
Reagan
stop.
was president, right?
Let's
you know,
stop.
Reagan.
Well,
was
it
president.
was commonly believed that people
Yeah.
would hide treasure in their butts, and when somebody called them a butt sniffer, that meant that they were this close to getting rich.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was like I want all my boys to be butt sniffers when they grow older, like just ready to strike it big.
He's a real butt sniffer, that one.
That, of course, a line from Gold for Us, starring Mary Lou Retton
and Roger Moore. It was
and
the
Roger
ice-
Moore, and
the
it was
ice movie.
Roger Moore was like. It's like the opening scene, right, where he's just
I
like,
am watching out of the corner of my eye Bonnie figure out how to edit pages on IMDb. And it's like she's stolen fire. She's so excited.
oh, and Rob Schneider.
And Rob Schneider,
And
yeah,
Rob
yeah.
Schneider is in
Also
the Gold Rush.
that, yeah, Gold Rush. There we go.
It's a hockey movie, right? But they're having fun with it too.
Well, I mean, they play hockey in the first 5 minutes. It's really weird that they would put that on the poster.
Yeah, you know, you got to get people in the seats. You got to get people in the seats. Hockey was so big it was the summer of hockey.
You can't do it.
I'm
I'm afraid
can we
somebody's gonna
just
look
do
at
this
me
all
as-
night? Can we just do this bit forever?
It's not a bit. We're just remembering. A lot of people keep calling in, right? Like, we're all just trying to remember all those movies that everybody says weren't true, right?
This one was done in
You can Skype Night Attack show.
That's right, Night Attack show.
Sorry, what's that, Bonnie?
This one was in 1992.
Uh-huh.
And it was called The Edging Cut.
The Edging Cut. Let's
Right.
look for that.
It was about some people that really tried to skate almost amazingly, but they would never quite.
Right, but they had it was called the edging cut because their pants were down. And it had to be.
They were trying to hold off from orgasming.
Right.
But then at
That's
the
gonna be
last minute. And actually, one of them was a real bitch. It was originally called. There was a different word. Like, the edging cut.
Wow, that was fast.
The cut was a different.
It was different. You couldn't-
Yeah.
It was on the edge.
Hey,
where like, yeah.
Do you guys remember this? And this was probably like early 90s. I think it was either Elijah Wood or Macaulay Culkin. But when they were kids, and it's like a fantasy epic with all the wizards and everything. It's like a magic, and there's like a young princess and everything.
Yeah.
Where it's the never-ending bit.
Yeah.
You know, and like, so they go to the magical world, and they're like, let's do a thing. This thing is fun. This thing is fun. And then they realize that they're never going to stop doing it, that it's literally just going to be 2 hours of the same. This thing is fun. This thing is fun. Everybody, this thing is fun.
Yeah, oh man,
Well,
I remember there was a very there was a character who was like
Well, he was
like a monster.
No, you're
No,
talking
it
about
was-
Johnny the Fluffy Dick. He was a living penis that you could ride.
Wait,
He's on the poster.
What?
Johnny Fluffy Dick. No,
I thought it was
no,
the played by the dog from Beethoven.
no. Yeah, that's. Yeah. All right. One more call. One more call. Matt, you're on the line. What's up?
No, this is Chris.
No, Chris. Hi.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of a movie. It starred Robin Williams as Peter Pan and Julia Roberts as a prostitute. I can't remember what it was called.
That's right. Oh,
I think it was called Patch Adams.
It was about how originally titled "The Happy Hooker Goes to Washington." It later became Patch Adams.
Yeah.
A lot of rewrites on that one.
Became our current political.
this one is
state.
kind of easy to find though.
Hooker,
You know what they say
maybe,
about big
something like
shoes?
What? No, Brice. What do they say about that?
They say a large capacity to love.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful. That's
it's
very
great.
sweet.
It's actually heartwarming and for
Hey,
the whole family.
you know what else is heartwarming is when you check out the stories over at diamondclub.reddit.tv. Of course, is your place.
Take two. Diamondclub.reddit.com.
Diamond Club. I'm just gonna keep saying .com.reddit.place. Plus
No,
go to our Google Plus page. It's amazing. diamondclub.reddit.com is where you can find a sticky post, and you can shout out your projects right here on a little thing we call Diamond Time.
That's
Did
right.
we really get to Diamond Time already? Jesus.
Dude,
All right,
it's been an hour. We've done an hour of this horse shit.
Jackie Hearn writes, "Oh, hi there. Diamond Club is already familiar with the lovely, talented, and all-around funny lady Stacy. She and her pal Brice, a stand-up comedian, have just launched a podcast called the R&S Podcast, and I encourage you to all check it out if you like it. Please subscribe to their show on iTunes, Stitcher, and all those podcatcher places. Do them a solid and leave one of them fancy pants reviews because it will mean a lot to both of them, and it's important that we support each other in our creative endeavors. Hear, hear." So you can check out their website at rspodcast.net, catch them live on diamondclub.tv on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern, and subscribe to them on iTunes at YOLO420.com/oddcast.
Dude, check this one out. RJ Jackson 91 says, "Hey guys, I'm in the process of writing a radio show for my local NPR affiliate station. The St. Joseph Music Foundation broadcasts locally and on the internet and plays literally anything and everything. The show I'm writing will be discussing and analyzing the music from popular movies," I assume, like Patch Adams.
Right.
And I will certainly let the Diamond Club know when it hits the air. You could also listen to our live broadcasts and follow our social media through the links below. Also, if you have any awesome music that you'd like played on your station, you can send us the files or the CD and the rights to play it, and we will happily put it on the air. I'm not joking when I say we'll play anything. It's the only radio station you'll hear Tom Waits to be followed by Vivaldi, and that's yellow420.com/radio swag. And by the way, I believe when people say that NPR stations will play literally anything. Are you familiar? And this is going to sound like I'm doing a bit.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not. There's
All
a
right.
song from Yoko Ono.
Yes.
Called "Don't Worry, Kyoko. Mummy's just looking for her hand in the snow."
Oh, God. I love that song.
I wonder, it's not a movie, though.
Worry, Kyoko. Mom's just looking for her mom hand in the snow.
All right, everybody
There we
lock in
go.
your guesses as to what it sounds like, okay?
All right.
Because this is a real song. Everybody,
One more time. The title.
Don't worry. It's by Yoko Ono. It's called "Don't Worry, Kyoko. Mommy's just looking for her hand in the snow."
Okay.
Real quick, Justin, how do you think it goes?
Don't worry, Kyoko. Mama's just looking for her hand in the snow. Oh, whoa, 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 do, do, do. Hand in the snow.
All right, Bonnie. How do you think this song goes?
Don't worry, little Coco. Wait, I wasn't listening.
Don't worry, little Coco, about the gorilla who was learning sign language.
Moms oftentimes forget the names of their children, especially when they're in the title of the song.
Or they say them
exactly,
almost
right?
right.
Yeah. I mean, no, that was Coco looking for his tailless tabby.
All right, Brice, you want to lock in? Your
Sure,
guess
sure.
on this one?
I think it went, "Don't worry, Kyoko.
Mommy's just looking for her hand in the snow. Don't worry, Kyoko.
Oh my
Mommy's
God.
only looking for her hand in the snow.
I loved Robin Williams in the video.
All right,
That's right, okay.
let's take a listen. How close did we get?
Wait.
She does it again. Those are the only lyrics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, wait. Here we go. Just jump a minute forward.
Sure. So go here.
Oh, that's a long
Minute forward. Give me some more. Here we go.
All right. You know, some people say that she was really fucking that cat.
Oh my gosh.
Baba
I-
Duka Baka
I heard
says, hello, Diamond Group. I wanted to promote a book series from a friend of mine, Matthew Young. He just published called Dance of Titans. The first volume, The Woebringer Prophecies, just came out and is available on Amazon for both Kindle and paperback. Matthew and his co-author, Colin Ernst, will get fantasy book lovers rock hard in this volume of what is shaping up to be an epic series. Don't be the loser at the water cooler who doesn't know what his coworkers are all excited about. When HBO picks this up, you're going to want to be the guy whose friends suffer through all of your ill-timed comments about how the show differs from the book. Also, Matthew's my DM in RL, so please buy it or he'll kill my bard. For real, it's a great book, and you can buy it at tinyurl.com/bard420swag. Support these awesome independent authors so they can continue to write more great stories. All my love, Baka no Baka.
Dude, that's good ad copy because it made you scared that you're going to be left behind.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that was very well written. But not as exciting as the Movie Draft Minutes.
Welcome to Movie Drive Minute, presented by CosmicRadio.tv for the week of January 9th, 2017. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. With no new movies out this week, nothing much has changed. But if you look upon the horizon, if you see in the distance, the weekend of Brian is almost upon us. So, while we have time to prepare, let's check the scoreboard one last time. Mikey Newman's in 6th place with $117.8 million. Chrissy Cates is in 5th place with $288 million. Brian Broach is in 4th place with $237.5 million. Justin Robert Young is in 3rd place with $358.5 million. Malongo AE is in 2nd place with $361.6 million. And in 1st place with a whopping $630.4 million. It's Team DTNS. And that is your Move Drive Minute for the week of January 9th, 2017.
Dude, if you haven't read it, highly recommend Movie League Mike's analysis of your charitable contribution of a steak bed. We didn't already discuss that. That happened between last week and now, right?
No, I think in between
I think
2
we
weeks
talked
ago
about
and
last
last
We did talk about it last week. Okay, all right.
I think we did talk about it. But, so yeah, no, he says that not only are you going to cover the spread,
right?
You are going to win outright on our bet where it was, what, 20 million away from the lead? That you wouldn't get 20 million?
24.5 million was the spread, but he was saying that I'm on track to do 850 full stop. And again, man, I think think about what a distant memory Rogue One will feel like mid-March, you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. But
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's smart. He certainly, although he very much overprojected us during the summer, was ultimately right, but we had to sweat it out.
So, one of the movies coming out this week, a lot of the movies I bought just because they were cheap and nobody was buying them, and I knew that you buy a lot of scratch-offs, you have a tendency to win. This weekend, though, or I guess next weekend. Dang, not this weekend. The Founder, I finally saw an ad for. Had no idea what I was buying into. It's a movie about Ray Kroc, about McDonald's, and I got stupid excited about it, watching it because it's Ray Kroc being like mercenary Ernest Borgnine mecha Ray Kroc, like you would imagine.
No, I mean, I think the movie's going to be great. I almost wonder, did it get like a little one weekend release so it could qualify for Oscar stuff, or?
I don't know, to be honest. Am I seeing that right? Is that, what's his name? Is that Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
Michael Keaton.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
No, it's so great because the ad like they're talking about like we have 30 minutes for an order. How about 30 seconds? We got a system. He's like, oh man, you want to make even more? Let's make a separate company that owns all the real estate underneath this, and then sell it to ourselves. Corporate greed.
And then there are testimonials with bad green screen. And then they have all these fancy graphics. You're describing The Prophet to me right now.
Oh no! Oh jeez. Okay.
Like a business show.
Justin, have you watched The Prophet?
I know you guys are obsessed.
Okay, no. I'm falling deeply out of love with The Prophet.
It's kind of bad right now.
It's kind of angering.
All I know is this. Is that whenever I would talk to you guys about it, you'd be like, oh my God, The Prophet. Oh my God, The Prophet. The Prophet's the best. And I'm like, oh, what happens? Like, well, all right, so this guy goes into these businesses and he invests his real money, and then he gives them real advice now, because like now he owns a part of it, so now it's real. It's not like Kitchen Nightmares, and it's not like Bar Rescue, and it's not like all these other shows that do the exact same, because now it's his real money, so now you know that it's real. And
I think you're half remembering what we said, because we definitely say all those, but what we actually are saying is like, no, it's exactly Kitchen Nightmares. It is exactly every trope.
But it's good.
Because there's actual like business information.
Yeah, right? Like
Yeah.
I give two shits about food, but like they're chopping up sentences like the Frankenstein sentences that get spoken. It's like, oh, I love to kill boys.
Oh yeah, I remember that from the hot dog episode. I love to kill boys.
I don't know. It's
anyway,
amazing.
When you're describing the founder to me in this just a minute ago, it sounded like how you used to talk about the Prophet.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So you're gonna
totally
hate
agree.
you're gonna hate the founder.
But also
in 3
for
years.
being like the most popular reality show on CNBC, you would think after 4 goddamn seasons they would figure out how to set up their fucking king on their green screen. But do you have the picture I sent?
What
maybe.
Hey, by the way, Brian, what was the previous biggest reality show on CNBC?
Right. What?
The Apprentice.
No, that's a syndication.
That's a
That's
rerun.
on NBC.
I mean, so yeah, if you want reruns of The Apprentice,
Shark Tank? No, that's syndication too. That's ABC.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Mad Money, maybe.
Mad Money was the Daily Show. Dude, Mad Money looked like fucking gold-plated turds on Everest compared to I don't know. Sorry.
Anyway,
I
this
got
has gone off track. I've taken this off track. Sorry about this.
Closing bell. Cold Pizza. That was a show, right?
On ESPN too. Yeah.
At any rate, the point is, the king, like they're in their 4th goddamn season, and he's got a green glow around him, and if he moves his hands too quickly, he's suddenly casting gamma radiation spells because there's just green everywhere.
Just the green screen is not very good.
I mean, but you know what that's like. Their budget got cut, and they're like, "Listen, we love the Prophet, we love you, everybody on Earth."
It's literally a show about he's so rich, he's fixing businesses.
Yeah. I mean, but every show is about everything. Brian, we could do a show where we're like, all right, we're going to pitch us as sea captains, and we're going to go on boats and be like, man, listen, number one, I'm going to buy stock in this boat. Here's $500 that definitely isn't out of the contract that I already signed. Here you go. Anyway, this boat is fucking bullshit. Brian and I have been flying boats for over 50 years. Like, we're the best boat flyers on Earth.
Well,
and then somebody's going to be like, my dad built this boat. And you're like, fuck you. We push him in the water. Boat lovers coming to CNBC this fall. The Prophet's old. We're pitching boat lovers.
Okay, well, I mean, the weird part is, I mean, I know you're being very, very specific because that movie happened.
Well, this is where, of course, we're spinning off the famous movie Boat Lovers.
It was a love story called The Deadliest Match, and it was about you and me falling in love as co-sea captains.
That's right.
Yeah, here it is. It's right here on IMDb.
8.0 rating out of 10.
It's
That's
very
good.
popular.
Ahoy. Jesus, man. That one went, man, we discovered a lot of recovered memory. I don't know why all these Shazam fuckers have such a hard time finding their movies.
Hey, hot damn. I think we learned a lot today. We learned that memory is a strange and fallible thing. I think we learned that pre-show and post-show has lots of content. You can get your very own RSS feed where you can spend double the time with us if you become a Patreon supporter over at patreon.com/nightattack.
We learned that Ernest Borgnine is a fantastic American treasure, and you should indeed delve into his rich filmography.
Man, you remember that time when Ernest Borgnine called Dan Rollman tall? That was weird.
Oh God, yeah, no, that was that. Remember that? What was that one line that he said? Ernest Borgnine said, "Ernest goes to president."
Goes to president. He said, "I'm gonna be the prez, and you're tall."
Yeah, and Dan Roman just like shrugs and is like, it's like a non-speaking cameo because he's not an actor, right? He's just
Well,
like,
I mean, actually, trivia fact: he mumbles under his breath, "Hey, fucko." So he technically had a speaking line. That's why he got his SAG card.
Hey, man, good job, ladies and gentlemen. See you next Tuesday.
Hey, have a great week.
Night attack. Night attack. Night attack. I love you.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.